complement of an event. So think of this one, say, let's say S is a sample space and E is any event, right? So E is an event. So think of this, say this whole rectangle here. So this is, for example, this sample space, right? And this green part here, so this is E, event E. Then the complement of E is denoted by E and C on the top here, if you see that, is all outcomes in the sample space that are not outcomes in the event E. So all of the outcomes which are not in the event E, so they would belong into its complement. So if you see in this figure, so it means that if this whole rectangle is a sample space, so it includes both this white and green part inside here. Right, so this both white and green. So this part and this part here, this green part, and they together make a sample space, but the green part here, so this is in E. So it means that anything outside of this green part is E complement. You see here, this is E complement written it here. So E complement would be this white part inside the rectangle, and then E would be this inside, this is the green part. Right? So this is what it means by E and its complement. So any event and its complement. So E complement means that something which is not in E, right? But still in sample space, but not in E. And we have this complement rule. So if E represent any event and E complement represent its complement, then this is the rule. The probability of E complement is equal to 1 minus the probability of E. Right, so why it is so? Because if you see in this figure above, so this one, so probability of E from here and plus the probability of E complement, so they together should be equal to the probability of the entire sample space, because E and E complement, they together make a sample space, and probability of sample space is always 1. So from here, so we can see that the probability of E complement, so that would be equal to 1 minus the probability of E. And alternatively, we can also rewrite this one, the probability of E, so that would be 1 minus the probability of E complement. So if you are given the one, so you can find the other just from the same equation. So this or this, right? So just right, so we just write the first expression like this when we call it a complement rule. So to find the probability of the complement of an event, so that would be equal to 1 minus the probability of E. So let me explain this with an example here. So think of this one. So a game has 3 outcomes. The probability of a win is 0.4. Probability of tie is 0.5. And the probability of loss is 0.1. Find the what is the probability of not winning, right? So let's say W is representing the win, right? And we know that from here the probability of win is 0.4. So probability of win is 0.4. And the question is, what is the probability of not winning? So not winning means that not W, right? So our W complement. So we are basically asked that find the probability of this W complement. So by the complement rule, so that would be 1 minus the probability of W. So that is equal to 1 minus 0.4. So that is 0.6. So which is approximately, or which is 60% in terms of the percentage. So probability of not winning is 60% in this example. So let me show you one more example here. The breakdown of workers in a particular state according to their political affiliation, the type of the job held is shown here. Suppose a worker is selected at random within the state and the worker's political affiliation and the type of job are noted. So this is data given in this one in this table. So find the probability the worker is not an independent. See here, so see that we divided this political affiliation as like Republican, Democrat, and Independent. And the type of jobs, so white collars, for example, job, so 11% Republicans, 16% Democrats, and 18% Independent, right? And for the second line here, so last line, so blue collar jobs, 10% Republican, 12% Democrats, 33% Independent. So the question was, what is the probability that worker is not an independent? Say for independent, so let's say the independent is denoted by this letter I, for example. And our question is, what is the probability of not I, mean that I complement this one? So that would be 1 minus the probability of I. And probability of independent people, right? So say independent, so they would be either like say white collared or blue collared. If they're white collared, they are 18%. If they're blue collared, they are 33%. And they're together, so 18 plus 33, they're together, this would be equal to, so 8 plus 3 is 11 if I total them up. So, and then 4 and 5, so 51%. So 51% independent, right? So in this data together, so 18 plus 33, so the total is 51. So I would write it here. So this one, so 1 minus the probability of independent person, the person selected independently 51% or 0.51. And the difference is 1 minus 0.51 is 0.49 or 49%. The probability of, right, the probability the worker is not an independent, right? So the probability is 49%. Right? That's a complement rule. We use the complement rule. So you know that we can also solve this problem some other rules, like say, instead of using this complement rule, so we can use like say, if the person is not independent, so as per our data, so person could be either Republican or Democrat, right? So an alternative way of doing that would be probability that the person is not independent. It means that the person would be either Republican or Democrat, right? So then you see that because they are disjoint. So if person is Republican, cannot be Democrat. If a Democrat cannot be Republican. So by the disjoint event, so the this addition rule, so probability of Republican plus probability of Democrat, right? So this is alternative approach. So now you can find out how many Democrats or Republicans are. So here you see that this column is for Republicans. 11% plus 10% is 21% or 0.21, then plus, right? So 0.21. And then for Democrats, so 16 plus 12. So they turn out to be 28. So 28%, 0.28. And they together turn out to be 0.49, which is 49%.